The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie, in case the producer joins us for the weekend Q101. You think nothing's going on this weekend? No. And there's a lot of chance at some free stuff, too. And just to make you aware that all of this will be listed with a lot of links to it at Q101.com. We put up this blog every week on the weekend Q101 stuff going around town. Obviously, White Sox host the Red Sox Friday through Sunday. Listen, it's going to be tough. Red Sox are pretty good, even though they're in last place in their division. But the division, every team in there destroys the White Sox division.
Yes. The AL East is much better than the AL Central. That's the point you're trying to make.
Thank you for clarifying. So, but hey, it's going to be awesome. 92 tomorrow and beautiful today, too. It might be some rain on Sunday, but hey, go to the games and have a good time with the White Sox game. Case, what's going on musically around town?
There's a million concerts to go to this week. Tickets still available for a lot of them, so it's a great weekend to get out of the house. You've got, Young the Giant at Northerly Island tonight. Bob Moses is playing Prism Nightclub, which is the first time they've been in Chicago since Twisted Christmas last year. The Struts are at the Riv. Lauren will have another chance to win tickets and meet and greet at noon today, so you got that going on. I will be at Sleeping Village tonight for a band called Spiritual Cramp.
Oh.
They sound like The Clash. If you don't know this band, up-and-coming punk band, super, super sick. If you like The Clash, you'd like them. I'll be there tonight.
Kenzie, did that sell it for you to go to that show?
I'm sorry. There's so many good words in the world. You picked the word cramp.
Yeah. That's
it has
what you take
to be a
umbrage
group
with?
of men because there's no way women would be interested in adding any more cramps to their life.
That is a fascinating point.
No way.
I'm a big believer if you're in a band, your band name should be easily Googleable so that people can find you. I've never even thought about making sure that you don't add an unpleasant symptom into your life before, like a cramp.
Yeah. I don't know why you would do that.
That's brilliant.
So you're not going?
No. I will be doing the first half of that, which is sleeping.
Like I said, Spiritual Cramp at Sleeping Village. Stevie Nicks is at the UC. Yola Tango at the Metro. Tomorrow night, Reese Park. This is a big show. This show's sold out. A lot of people there. Boy Genius is in town. Do you know about this Boy Genius band, Brian?
I do. Kind of a super group, if you will.
A super group. It's Phoebe Bridgers, Julian Baker, Lucy Dacus. They're having a huge year. They're white hot right now. That show is sold out at Reese Park. And then Sunday night, at the same venue as a part of the Reset concert series, LCD Sound System will be in town. So a million shows to go to. All this up at Q101.com. It's going to be a great weekend for music.
You forgot Morgan Wallen at Wrigley again tonight.
Morgan Wallen at Wrigley tonight.
So if you're going to be going back that way later on, your commute will suck because the Cubs are out of town, of course, in London. But it's wild up there in Wrigleyville with this show, with another sold-out show that Kenzie was at last night, Morgan Wallen, the country artist.
It was a wild show. It's a beer drinking crowd, okay? There's a lot of stumbling. There's a lot of falling. They were
no Bud Light, though. No Bud Light in there, man.
Something. They were in great moods, which is lovely.
Yeah.
It was a happy drunk crowd, not an angry drunk crowd. Okay.
Yeah, so whatever. That's fine by me. I take happiness all day. I don't care what form it reaches me in. But what was crazy is that my husband gets back from the bathroom and he's like, oh my God. I'm like, what? He goes, the troughs that we go to the bathroom in, girls are sitting on them. They were going in the men's bathroom and sitting on the urinal trough to go to the bathroom.
The Cubs' legendary trough system used not to sit on ever.
And they were sitting, not hovering?
Sitting.
Oh my God.
Sitting on it. Well, men were using it.
Do you think Morgan Wallen fans thought you were supposed to sit on it? Like that, this is a nice open seating.
I don't know.
It's an open floor plan, but in the bathroom?
Open floor plan is the word I was looking for.
What I do know is this once happened at Tinley, and girls were washing their hands in the trough. Because they didn't know what it was. Because I also heard that story.
Ew. Yeah.
I can't use the trough with a group of men in there, let alone women.
I don't like the trough either.
I'm super pee-shy, man.
I don't know who came up with that idea that it's going to be awesome to stand next to somebody who whips it out right next to you. And sometimes they have a mirror. They don't at Wrigley, but sometimes they have a mirror too. I'm like, what is going on here?
No, if I'm going to use the bathroom, I need to be locked in a cold, dark box.
Yeah.
It needs to be cold. Wouldn't that make it more challenging for a guy?
I can get there. I need some sort of security.
You're gonna be like, where is it? Come back. I gotta go.
Where is it?
It's so cold in here.
Girls know about shrinkage.
I was in the pool. There's another thing I want to highlight real quick, if that's okay, Brian.
Go for it.
So music related, but not a concert at the Salt Shed this week. The brand new venue that is extravagant. They're doing a lot of cool things. This weekend, they're doing Shred the Shed at the Salt Shed. Brian, you always say when a big box store closes, they should put a skate park in there.
100%.
Even though that's never happened, and it's not like skateboarders don't want that. That's not something we're asking for.
And I'm not a skateboarder.
No, you're not.
But I do want more places for them to board.
But to skate, not to board.
No, my generation said board.
Okay, well, the Salt Shed is opening up the indoor concert venue this week. They've built basically a DIY skate park in there to celebrate Go Skateboarding Day, which was earlier this week. And they've got giveaways, prizes, all this cool stuff going on at the Salt Shed. So if you want to get out of the house and you don't want to go to a concert, that is a cool place to be.
That is so awesome because Chicago artist and skater Juan Chavez is there. And listen, again, for the people that are in the know on what's going on over there, that is so cool to open the venue to guys to skate in.
I want the Aragon to do it next.
It might become that. Well, Soldier Field might become that too soon.
Soldier Field's going to become a big skate park.
I have said it's going when the Bears leave. That's what's going to be. You also got the Chicago the Pride Parade, one of the biggest in the world, is here this weekend as well. It's busy, man, out there. And Brian Phillips will be out at Chicago at Maple Park Pub this afternoon. So make sure you check that out. Again, all this stuff is at Q101.com on where to find it, which ones are free. Get out and do something while we're in the middle of this glorious summer here in Chicago. And a lot of people were at Fall Out Boy. I saw this could have been possibly the loudest concert ever at Wrigley Field.
I believe
It was insane. Fall Out Boy was insane.
I live 0.9 miles from Wrigley Field, and it was shaking the windows. And I just thought it was kind of normal, but people in Roscoe Village heard it loud, and they're like, arg, it was too loud. But you enjoyed it when you were there at Wrigley Field. We gave you all the tickets. Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
7:41 on the final run. It's Q101. Brian and Kenzie. Remember, they're playing Tinley Park August 26th at Credit Union 1 Amphitheater, what they call Tinley Park now. Offspring, Simple Plan, and Sum 41. Remember, they put that statement out about 2 months ago that was very kind of hilarious, saying they're retiring, they're ending, but it's going to go on with this whole tour and then another album. So you know they can change their minds on this at the end if you guys go see them and show your support.
They basically announced they're retiring in 10 to 15 years.
Yeah. It was pretty epic, but the show will be, that's an awesome show. And make sure you grab yourself a ticket.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Q101, Brian and Kenzie, and reminding you that this weekend, actually tomorrow, Saturday, at the Hangover Park Center Court and Athletic Club.
It's not what it's called.
The Hanover Park Center Court and Athletic Club.
We're throwing an event there, so you should make it sound very nice.
People in Hangover Park understand, and they relate to me when I say that, because when I've been to Hangover Park, I've always had a great time. But the paddle battle. Here's what's going on. A pickleball clinic and a tournament, and everybody's talking about pickleball. If you've heard about it, and you go, what is it? And your friends play it, and maybe you play it. So they're going to have a clinic, 2-hour clinic, to kind of get you into the sport while you're there, learn to play for anyone new to the game, and then tournaments for advanced beginners and intermediate players. There'll be food trucks, drinks, merch, all kinds of stuff out there. All the information's at Q101.com, and if you use this code POPS, $20 off your clinic registration. POPS.
P-O-P-S?
P-O-P-S. Use that code. But again, all the information, it's tomorrow. Want to remind everybody, we've talked about it a little bit, but to remind yourself to get over there and do it if you want to get in on it. One more thing on the weekend Q101 of something fun to do. So Q101.com has all the info about the paddle battle.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Q101. Let me tell you something.
You're like giddy from that Alice in Chains song.
Oh
That's
my
not normally
God,
the
you're
emotion.
so hyper.
Had to finish with that one, and I go like this when I hear a song like that. Oh, that's a song.
It's a very depressing song, but I know you're not a song lyrics guy. You got really into the groove there.
No, I feel it. I feel everything that's said. I feel the music, the power, and it was a great way to end the show today. Don't worry, Lauren's coming in. There's some amazing songs coming too, and some tickets coming up here, so just stay here for Lauren. Your takeaways today with Brian and Kenzie, Q101. What are you taking away from the week's shows? How about this one? Joe checks in. Case thinks flash mobs are people who dance in the streets like Footloose.
What is Brandon Johnson's plan to stop flash mobs?
Well, that's not it, but we'll see what happens as we go forward. Kenzie, you got to take away?
Yeah, Glenn texted in, what I learned today Kenzie will throw her underwear at a show instead of her bra because it's more fiscally responsible.
It's very true.
That's true.
And it's good advice.
Yeah, both those things are good advice.
Yeah, 224 texted in. Kenzie's dad wears a Kanye super sex mask. My dad probably just started listening an hour ago and is gonna be like, what?
What do I do? I got one from Steve. My takeaway for the week is that Kenzie used to suck on batteries like Maggie Simpson with her pacifier.
Oh my God, I did. Every time I watched a show, I take them out of the remote.
Suck on the batteries?
They were like a little sour.
Acidic is the word you're looking for.
Delicious. Sometimes they're sour, sometimes they're sweet. Depends.
Never were sweet. It's the actual battery acid.
Let's end with this one. Ernie, the crew member. My takeaway is my wife has a name and it's Mary. It's a whole new marriage.
Say it proudly. His wife's name is Mary, Brian.
That's right. And
So Ernie and Mary are going to London.
for the Cubs game. Yes.
He's not just packing his wife as his carry-on.
I'm not going to explain what happened, why that's a takeaway today. You have to go to the podcast at Q101.com. If you miss a moment, miss a lot. It's all there for you. And remember, tomorrow morning, 8 to 10 a.m., Brian and Kenzie, throwbacks there from the week, too. And Q101.com for the weekend Q101. It's been a really fun week. We love you guys. Thank you. Anybody else have anything to say?
No. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to leave.
Kenzie needs a nap so
I
bad.
do.
Fallout Boy and Morgan Wallen, she's raging this week. And, hey, you got to pay the piper. That's what people used to
yikes.
say. Yeah.
You're lingering. Go. It's the weekend.
You got to pay to play.
He's like torturing me right now because he knows I'm so excited to leave. And he's like, this is going to be a 45-minute talk break.
Let's stay up for another half hour.
Oh, my God.
Lauren, stay out there.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.